bad. No, you don't get to eat those peeps. You wanna say hi? Love you. You good boy? Dad left you. Really? She's got like 3 collars on right now. I don't even know what's going on. A billion guns! Oh, guys, look at this. It's on! It's on! Hold on to your butts. It's starting. To reference, yes, exactly.
Of Borderlands 3. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the busiest lady in the business, Andrea Renee.
What's good, Greg?
Borderlands, of course, and the best hair in the business, Fran Mirabella III.
Good morning, sir.
A good morrow to you, sir. How are you? What is everybody's hype level? We're finally here.
I mean, how can you not be hyped? Borderlands has been so long in the making for Borderlands 3, and we are finally going to get to see gameplay, so it's max levels of hype, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's so many people milling
cool,
about
what's
here.
going on?
The energy is really electric.
Yeah.
I mean, after that amazing reveal at PAX East, finally, we've been wondering when they were going to announce Borderlands 3, like, for realsies.
I know,
Yeah.
yes. The wait is almost over, ladies and gentlemen. You just have to put up with us for 30 minutes. Then, Randy Pitchford and Paul Sage will give a
Doing really good.
1-hour
Cool, just,
presentation
watching
detailing
Borderlands 3
everything you need
release.
to know about Borderlands 3. And if that wasn't enough, once they leave the stage, you put up with us for another like 30 minutes. But then,
It's true.
3 hours of Borderlands streamers showing you everything you can do in the game. I can't wait. Andrea, you and I, longtime Borderlands fan. I am excited to see what they have up their sleeve for Borderlands 3.
Yeah, so we got a really good look, and obviously that trailer that they debuted about a month and a half ago has been broken down frame by frame. So we know we've got these
Gun
2 new
by
villains.
gun.
Yeah.
No, exactly, right? These 2 new villains, the
Yeah.
Calypso twins.
Yeah.
We've got 4 new Vault Hunters. So I'm hoping that we're going to get a little bit more from them, see some gameplay, obviously, maybe see some familiar faces.
Of course, yeah, that's what Borderlands is such a rich, storied universe. I want to know more about it. Fran, everybody in the chat, I'm sure
Fran.
right now is
Yeah.
asking, why is Fran here?
What's
Fran
that guy
Mirabella,
doing there?
of course, the looter shooter guy, right?
Yeah.
When you're on the Gamescast, that's what you're talking about. When you're streaming, that's what you're streaming.
Yeah.
But Borderlands new to you.
Yeah, I've always wanted to play it. I know there's people out there like that. I'm into looter shooters, so yeah, all the time. Why haven't you
Hey, you
played it
guys
yet?
want a
I've always
bigger
wanted
screen?
to.
Yeah.
When was the right time? Game of the Year edition came
hold on.
out.
Yeah.
I hopped in, didn't know I was doing this event even. I was already in, started playing, got into Borderlands 2, and I'm definitely I'm getting the hooks in me. I can see what makes Borderlands special, and so I'm really excited to see what Borderlands 3 has in store, how it's evolving.
It's for everybody. It's for fans like Andrea and I. It's for
Welcome
people
back,
like Fran,
Lon.
who just
The
fell off the
newcomers.
turnip truck, and
That's
here
right.
they are, ready to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, no matter how much you love or hate Borderlands, you have
All right,
things to
Dragon
do right
Rage,
now.
we'll be here.
You can sign up for the Vault Insider program if you go to Borderlands.com. What this does, of course, is rewards you with loyalty points, so you can start earning rewards in Borderlands 3 right now just by going there, syncing your Twitch account to the Vault Insider program. Borderlands.com has all the information for you. But before we get any further into this, we keep talking about the PAX trailer. Let's go look at it. Let's see what we know about Borderlands 3 so far.
I'm
I'm sorry, I gotta watch this as well.
I know. Sorry, guys, we're gonna be a little quiet while this.
That's why I'm tiny.
It's okay, Loki. I never played it before either, but it looks really amazing.
You guys want it turned up a bit? Yeah.
Chrome redeemed it.
How's that? That's the subtitles from their actual stream.
Fish of luck from the tennis scrum. How's it going? What are you just chatting for you? We're in Borderlands 3. There you are, Rogue. You're awesome, Token. Perfect timing.
Exactly, Moolah. Exactly, Kirby. Okay, I'm sold. I'm sold on it.
So that's Borderlands 3. Those are the memories we will be making. But I want to talk about where we've all been with Borderlands. And I want to start with you, Noob.
Yeah,
Fran,
okay.
All right, you just start. For you, what is Borderlands? What is the Borderlands feature that now that you've been playing you think Borderlands?
Yeah, it's like I've been around it for so long. The people in my career have always said, play Borderlands.
You don't listen to us.
Now I do.
Your best
I'm
friend telling
in
you
now,
to
man.
play it
You don't
and
have to
you refuse.
sell me on it anymore. I'm in, man. But I know what a looter shooter is, and so I thought I knew what to expect. But there is something special about it. The way that they do the loot grind.
Yeah.
You hear about so many guns, but when I started playing and it was getting just the worst of the guns.
Just crappy gun after crappy gun.
And I love it. I love how it just scales and your weight. Every drop is important so far in my experience. And I just can't wait to see how they evolve that in 3 and
I don't
getting
know yet,
super
Kirby.
powerful and even crazier guns, hopefully.
Andrew,
'Cause
you're
I don't
the one
have a
keep
fall
saying,
game
right,
that I
they
plan
are
on
the
getting yet.
origin of the looter shooter. And I still think few games do it as well. When you kill someone or something and it just rains guns and there's so much loot on the ground, that's what makes Borderlands so exciting, right?
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's not just the fact that there's a lot of guns or just the fact that it's like so cool the way it kind of confetti's out of enemies. But the guns have such a unique personality in the Borderlands franchise, which I think is what resonates with fans.
Sure.
You know, whether you're playing with a Tediore or a Torg or my personal favorite, the Molly one, elemental guns.
I know what that means now.
I understand these references. You're getting too fancy, man. Hyperion. Just stick with it. I don't want.
okay,
There's
too.
nothing worse than when I'm shooting somebody and it says resist, resist, and I'm like, no, that's why I just stick to bullets. All right, I don't need the
You
elemental.
gotta be better with your
bullets.
strats.
She's
Greg.
elemental.
I have a strength. Shoot it in the head till it's dead. That's what it's. Andrea, for you, what do you think of? What is your Borderlands feature?
I mean, in addition to the guns, I mean, it's this amazing cast of Vault Hunters,
Sure,
right? We have
sure.
so many characters over, you know, several games now, over a dozen different Vault Hunters to choose from, and we're getting obviously a whole new crop for Borderlands 3, but the characters and the NPCs in the world just feel like they have so much more personality than your typical shooter.
Oh my gosh, yeah, right?
Right?
So much style.
Who do you choose when you think of Vault Hunter? Who's your Vault Hunter? Who do you default to? What do you play?
So Siren class is my main class.
Okay.
So Maya's probably my favorite. I really like Lilith, and you would think that she'd be my main because obviously red hair. I love characters with red hair. But she's great, but I just really loved the skill tree set that Maya had. So I'm really looking forward to seeing some more gameplay from Amara. Well, we haven't seen any gameplay from Amara yet.
Yeah.
So she's the new Siren in Borderlands 3, but keeping my fingers crossed, she's gonna be awesome.
She has the mini arms and
biceps trailer and stuff, right?
Yeah, you mean the best six-pack abs you've ever seen?
She looks jacked.
Well, I don't know. Don't make me take my shirt off. Don't twist my arm.
Oh, we know that you're not afraid to.
For me, when I think of Borderlands and features, right, what defines Borderlands for me has always been the humor, right? And that's why I think of Handsome Jack. That's why I think of Claptrap, right? Both of them. Two dark and disturbing characters in different ways, but characters I love so much, right? Handsome Jack, a horrible dude, but is he funny? He's very funny. And I like
funny. Love to hate him. He's one of those, right?
And then through the collection, actually feeling for him, where we get to Tales from the Borderlands, and I'm actually like, well, yeah, don't erase him. We got to figure out how to save Handsome Jack, even though he's a monster. And Claptrap, the same deal, right? Where Claptrap sits there with his sweet, sing-songy voice talking about how depressed he is.
Wait, are you saying he's a monster?
A little bit. Everyone kind of hates Claptrap, but they also love Claptrap.
I love him.
Yeah, what's your Claptrap story, Fran?
Yeah, I mean, well, I still have much to experience, but when I was playing Borderlands 2 and there's that gate scene, they put you up on a turret to, like, no big spoilers here or anything, to shoot a gate down.
You're the only person who's new to Borderlands 2 watching.
Just to be, no, there's many new fans, I'm sure. But he's standing in front of this gate, and he's like, all right, I'm going to tell you when to shoot it, and I'm going to stand here, but don't shoot it yet, because that would be really dangerous. Okay, you can shoot it, but not yet. That was a test. And it's like, that was my first, like, big foray into how much humor and style they put into it, and it just prevails throughout the whole series, and that's what makes Borderlands special. Like you said, it's not just the guns, it's the style, it's the characters, and the writing is just fantastic.
For all the guns I've shot, right, when I think of my favorite Borderlands memory, what comes up to me is Tales from the Borderlands.
It looks good
when
so
Bortus
far.
gets introduced to Loaderbot, and Loaderbot is sitting there, pretty much destroyed, about to be done, right? And she's like, hey, how are you? And he's like, how's your day? And he's like, to be honest, it's a mixed bag. I remember being in hysterics, and that's still a conversation I'll go back and watch on YouTube. Just when I'm feeling like the need to, right? That's my memory. My other Borderlands memory, my old roommate Mike, right? When Borderlands 2 came out, we moved his TV into the living room, and then from one Friday all the way through work on Monday morning, sat there and played Borderlands side by side. That's what this game's all about. What is your memory, Andrea?
For me, and the reason I wore my shirt today is Tiny Tina, right? Like, so she is such an amazing character. I like vividly remember when we got to meet her in Borderlands.
I'm not sure.
Because when do you get to meet like a murderous 13-year-old inside of a video game? And I just really thought she was a fun character that we hadn't seen before, and of course voiced by the amazing Ashley Birch.
Sure.
Who really
this game started her career. All right?
Heard of her.
You're welcome, everybody else. Life is Strange. Horizon. It's Borderlands.
It's kind of wild to think about how far back that was.
Yeah, I know, right?
And how much she's done.
Do you remember that when it was like, wait, the girl from YouTube? Hey, Ash, what you playing is going to be in this video game? That's weird.
But she crushed it. I mean, I think Tiny Tina is one of the most iconic characters,
cool
and now we get to see Tina a little bit older, and maybe we'll see her in the reveal today.
Ooh, a tease? I hope so. Fran, I'd ask you for your favorite memory, but you're a newborn. You have none. You sicken me. But hey, everybody, welcome if you've never played Borderlands before. One of the big changes from Borderlands 1, 2, and even into the pre-sequel, I'll say, is streaming is taken off. And if you didn't know, there's a whole team of Borderlands streamers, and they wanted to share some of their favorite moments.
Don't you try and steal my XP. You try to steal it. Oh! Oh!
Woo! You didn't like that?
No, Brick! Thank you so much, Lynn. Oh my God, I love you.
Okay, enlighten me. What was the big snowman?
Right? Oh, no, you're dead in like 2 shots?
Oh my God! Cloudtail hits like a truck.
Handsome Jack was.
Oh my God!
That was DLC in Borderlands 2.
What
Marcus.
the hell is that?
Okay. Versus 115.
What is my luck today? Hi! Yes! Yes! It's mine!
15. Whatever you want.
What the?
That killed you?
Yes, it killed me.
That was amazing.
No, it was not amazing.
Oh,
We got it. Oh my god. I'm shaking. Oh my god, guys. We got it. We got this freaking big nightmare of a sniper rifle. Oh my god.
Like
Why
a
do you
crazy
need
kid
it?
going crazier.
Because it's awesome. Look at it throw stuff up.
The plan didn't work! Panic! God damn it! Arr!
Yeah! I killed him by jumping on him.
The belly one.
Death by jump.
Yeah.
I hate this! I'm done. I'm leaving. Man, that was awesome!
That is what Borderlands is all about.
Yeah.
Getting the big loot drops, screaming, running, dying a lot. They died a lot in that.
There was a lot of
I
dying.
believe it's still
I think
on
Borderlands
sale
so
as
great at
well.
making you feel empowered, and then to see everybody screaming and getting crushed by just rocks and things flipping over.
You never know what you're gonna get.
You
in the game.
never
That's
know
part of
what
what's
you're gonna get.
special about it, right?
Yeah, of course. If you need more Borderlands streaming in your life, of course, they are streaming Monday through Friday, featuring many of the streamers you just saw, and also huge bosses. We know about loot, we know about characters, we know about comedy. Borderlands is known for putting in a lot of different bosses. Those same streamers put together another video package for you, showcasing some of their favorite boss fights and loot drops.
Here's like $5-6 token for 2.
Do you like looting? Do you like shooting? You'll like Borderlands.
And look at that damage. Look at that damage, guys.
Oh, yeah. Yes! Gotcha! Yeah! Oh, that was awesome.
Are you kidding me? What am I doing right in this? Oh my god, I lived.
Okay, that's bad.
What is the
How
actual...
much for PS4?
Ah!
I think it was like $5 or $6
Oh, that's it for 2?
for 2. Yeah. It's on sale. It was on sale. I don't know.
That is too much, dude.
What if I melee it real close?
Whoops! Bad plan!
Kill it! I am so good.
And
You've got to be kidding me!
what?
Scoremasher from Mercy!
Wait! What? Wait! Wait! Wait!
Got him.
Come on, die! Please, 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 please! Yes! I did the thing! Yes!
That was when they first announced it, though, so I don't know if it's still that cheap, though.
Your stupid face.
Told you, bosses are not going to be farmed today.
23 on PS4. That's still a good
Oh
deal.
my god! Wow! Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me, guys? Yes! 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 Oh my god, I'm crying! I didn't think it was ever gonna happen. Today was my lucky day.
Oh, what memories that montage brings back, Andrea. Do you remember doing that, running grinds, trying to get the right gun?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And for me, it was a lot of replaying missions with my friends because I never wanted to wait for them to get online and play. And so then I would have to jump into their game.
Sure.
And we would run the same missions over and over again. But like, it's like you never know when you're going to get that magical legendary drop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Collector's edition on PS4 for Borderlands 2 is
$4.99
$4.99
right
right
now.
now.
Would run the same boss fight over and over and over again, trying to get the right drop. You see in that montage, right? 36, run 36. Fran, what is so hypnotic about looter shooters that will do? That'll happen for them.
Yeah,
they'll sit there and do it all over and over and over.
You're describing why none of my friends ever see me outside of the house. That's what gets me, that perfect drop, the drop that your friends are talking about. And that is exactly what makes looter shooters special, and it's that you're not guaranteed to get it. And one, it's how fun is the challenge of facing the boss, playing with your friends, of course.
Yeah.
But it's like, I always equate it to maybe in the game itself, you go to Moxie's, you pull the lever, you play in the slots, and you might get the drop, but you might get a grenade that just pops out and you get damaged. So when you do get something special, man, it's so meaningful and it adds to your power, and I just can't wait to play more of Borderlands 2 now and go back to it. And I haven't finished it yet, but
get off the stage!
I know.
Oh my gosh, you startled me.
Sorry, I'm here too.
You think I'd be used to it by now.
You thought that just because they hired us for this stream, I'd be quiet? I won't be quiet. I'm still Greg.
Can't silence him.
Speaking of not being quiet, Greg. Do you have awesome Borderlands clips or cosplay you'd love to share with the Gearbox team? Go ahead and get on social media. Use hashtag Borderlands3 and share them. You might be featured in future Borderlands 3 events because obviously this is far from their last stop, I'm sure. They have a lot of different trade shows coming up. There's this thing happening in LA soon. Who knows, though?
I thought there was a copy under our seat. I was taking one home with me.
No,
it's
sorry.
later.
No, it's
okay.
All right. Can you imagine if they were like, guess what? We lied. It's out
it's
now.
out today. Yeah,
oh,
no,
my goodness. If Randy's listening, it's a good idea for him out there.
He has the power.
Yeah, I know, right? So again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking today about Borderlands 3. I swear. I realize in the chat you're very much like, just show us Borderlands 3. We're going to show you Borderlands 3. But before we get to where we're going, we need to catch you up on the story so far. So here's everything you need to know about the Borderlands universe so far.
Here we go. September 13th. Ooh, let's find out. Do you know the cost? Let's see.
Pandora. A savage, desolate wasteland of a planet. That is until its legendary vault was forced open, and the priceless alien mineral iridium grew across the world. Enter the greedy tyrant, CEO of Hyperion, Handsome Jack. With a fortune made from harvesting iridium, he set his sight on a new vault. The Vault of the Warrior. Rumors of this new vault lured a band of brave fools. The new Vault Hunters, seeking their fortunes on Pandora. Jack was set on eliminating all competition and tried to have them killed, but they survived and joined the Crimson Raiders in their crusade against Hyperion. With the Guardian Angel on their side, they seemed well on their way to glory. But the Angel was not all she appeared to be. She double-crossed the Vault Hunters, tricked them into sabotaging the Crimson Raiders, and gave Jack the upper hand. Realizing she was being used as his pawn, she turned on Handsome Jack. The Vault Hunters learned that Angel was no machine, as they had believed, but one of the 6 sirens, and imprisoned by her father, Jack. He injected her with iridium to charge the Vault Key. In a valiant effort to stop Jack's plan, she sacrificed herself. Enraged by the death of his daughter and determined not to fail, Jack captured another siren, Lily, and forced her to charge the Vault Key and awaken the warrior. For you see, this vault was no mere treasure chamber, but a resting place for an ancient Iridian construct, an alien colossus, to be controlled by whoever woke it with the power of the key. Kill.
So finally, let's turn our eyes to Borderlands 3. Wild speculation time. Andrea, what are you expecting from Borderlands 3 today?
I'm certainly expecting a lot more locations than we saw in previous Borderlands. From the trailer that we've seen so far, they did a lot of fast cuts of some really cool looking spots that don't look like Pandora. So I'm hoping that we're going to get a reveal that they're really expanding the Borderlands universe today. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. What do you want from the story, you think?
From the story? I mean, obviously I want some setup as to who these twins are, the Calypso twins, and like what they're doing, what their motivations are.
How dare they?
What?
How dare they? Where did you come from, twins?
I mean, they've got a really cool style to them.
Token, check out online, actually, not just the PS4
they
store.
look a lot younger, obviously, than Handsome Jack was.
Yeah.
So
great hair, just like Handsome Jack. They have great hair.
I feel like everyone in Borderlands has good hair.
That's why Frank could fit right in. Drop him into the world of Pandora.
Borderlands 4, get me in there.
What do you want? What do you want from story-wise, Fran?
You know, yeah, I have this different perspective as we've been talking about. When I played from Borderlands 1 to Borderlands 2, I saw this huge quality of life improvement, the world design, the loot, just the pace of things, and it was more vibrant. I'm expecting to see, you know, now even a bigger gap between 2 and 3 coming. So a lot of the quality of life stuff, the bigger world, more production value.
Sure.
All all of the above, because it's 2019.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we've seen Borderlands, so I hope to see a big leap.
You hit the nail on the head there for me, right? Storyline-wise, I expect it to be like Borderlands 1 and 2. It'll be funny, it'll be great, it'll give me a reason to go shoot a lot of things. But it's 2019, and that's what gets me excited for gameplay.
Yeah.
Is I loved Borderlands 1, 2, pre-sequel, Tales, but that's a different kind of gameplay.
All right, Kirby, we'll see you later.
What does a modern 2019 Borderlands look like?
Yeah, everything from, right, the driving, the jumping, the aiming. I mean, every game makes those improvements, and I think maybe we take for granted how long it's been. I'm hoping to see some big changes there, even though it's already great.
Right, no, that's the thing I think I want to touch on is that I don't feel
Blackwing,
like they need
go
to
ahead.
reinvent the wheel here.
Of course not.
You know, when Randy got on stage at PAX East during the reveal, he made the big joke about Battle Royale because there were some people who were thinking that maybe Borderlands was going to go that route since it's such a popular genre right now. But he was like, no, that's cool, but we're not making that game. So, I mean, I don't really want them to deviate. I mean,
Oh, no.
Borderlands
That's
is
fair.
great just the way it is.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But going back and playing with you, friend, when we were playing Game of the Year Borderlands 1, it was very much like, oh man, I love Borderlands. Jumping in there and being like, oh, how do I menu? Oh wow, like this
It's been a while.
This is an old game.
And it was amazing for its time.
Oh yeah, totally. But now to get what makes Borderlands in 2019, like I'm excited for that. I can't wait to see that. And like even like, you know, the little change we saw in the trailer we just watched, right, of running guns. Like the ability to like, you know, like what is going to happen? Well, how are they going to expand what we already know about this franchise and world?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a half decade in a think tank, I think. What are we going to do with these guns that are getting even crazier? Well, I didn't expect to see legs on guns, so I can't wait to see what else they've done with them, you know?
Well, another thing I think would be great to see today is how they're going to handle the loot instancing. So, you know, they've already publicly announced that, you know, you're going to get your own loot stream, but we don't know how that's going to work.
What does that mean, right?
Because that's an ongoing issue with co-op games that have a loot element, right? And
100%.
and a lot of different publishers have kind of handled it, and developers have handled it differently.
But I feel no one's nailed it.
Right.
There's still always a part in any end game, right, where you're playing something like the Division 2, like Fran and I do, and you get there and it's like, it's great, but going back and trying to play with a low-level person, it's all right, well, I killed everything for you. How do you figure that out? And Borderlands has been so clutch at making what Borderlands is, right? And making these games be true, authentic to what the Borderlands franchise is. What does that look like in 2019?
Yeah, I'm with Andrea, though. As much as I'm new to it, I don't want to see a bunch of big changes. I think Borderlands is special for those reasons. I can already tell. Like, do we need a big raid, or do we need end game content? Well, you always need an end game, but like, these classic looter shooters I play, like, I don't know that we need all those different things. Man, the hype is...
People are ready.
The energy is growing.
Yeah. If the energy is growing at your house, this is the perfect time to remind you about the Twitch extension, Echo Cast. If you go to Borderlands.com right now, you can sign up. You can start earning Borderlands rewards just for watching this. It is going to come into play, very importantly, in the post stream. I'll tell you about it later. You get
because they can put down ridiculous names and all kinds of stuff.
That lets you watch players who are playing the game go into
Fictional
their loadouts,
names,
check out
mythical
all their guns and
names,
stuff.
ridiculous names that are completely anti what they actually are.
Number one, judge a streamer's loot, because that's what we need. Is you go in and you're like, all right, you should change your skill tree up, because this is a better way to do it.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the chat constantly reminding them why you're doing something. Now they can see it themselves and be like, you suck.
But you can earn loot just by watching. So
I mean, it's a great way to interact with a streamer that you're already probably watching, and to remind people to stay engaged in that stream, and it's more loot.
I mean, that speaks to what I'm talking about, right? Is like, that's the kind of interactivity and thinking outside the box I expect from Borderlands. And now you already see them touching on what gaming is right now in our day and age, right? Of how to use Twitch in a completely different way. How to use it in a way that will not only make it better for the viewer, but better for the player, right?
Yeah.
Fran, you Twitch stream all the time.
Yeah.
On twitch.tv/FM3_.
Thank you.
Now, you get the same question over and over again, right? So when people pop into your Borderlands stream, they're always going to be asking you, what are you rolling? Why are you doing this? Well, and if they can just look at it on their own.
Yeah, so that's going to be number one. But I'm wondering, to your point, it's 2019. I haven't really thought about it, but it's clearly an important announcement for them here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's early. They've got time to go. So for it to come up now, I mean, I wonder if we're going to see more to the extension, how you expand on just co-op into community.
Yeah.
And people people watching, so that could be a hook for Borderlands.
The ability
that we
to
haven't
earn
seen.
loot, right? Like, that's just so cool, because everybody wants
But maybe
more
you
of
can
that.
mess with your loot, right? Maybe there's a way to put you in the game with, I don't know. I'm
Oh man, I hope not. I think that may be just going a little too far.
Well,
Sorry, you blew up.
speaking of going too far, ladies and gentlemen, we will not go too far. You've been very patient. Thank you for putting up with us. It is time for you to see an hour-long presentation of Borderlands 3, presented, of course, by Paul Sage, Randy Pitchford. Then, of course, stick around for a post-show with us, and then 3 hours of your favorite Borderlands streamers playing the game. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Borderlands 3.
The loot thing they're talking about is basically whenever a streamer gets loot playing the game that has it linked, they're going to potentially give loot to people in chat. So it's going to be a different type of drop system based on when the streamer gets drops.
They were talking about this and trying to...
Everyone, welcome to the Borderlands 3 gameplay reveal event. Please welcome to the stage Borderlands 3 creative director Paul Sage. And please welcome to the stage Gearbox software founder, me, Randy Pitchford. How's it going, you guys? Thank you for joining us here in Hollywood, California, as we share Borderlands 3 gameplay for the very first time. It's hard to believe that 10 years ago, Borderlands ushered in the shooter looter. I mean, and here we are. We're about here to experience Borderlands 3. It's been about 5 years since the Gearbox software development team started working on this game, and we are so excited to be here to share it with you today.
Now, I know everybody's used to hearing me and Randy speak on behalf of the team. Today, I'd like to introduce you to some of the rest of the talent behind Borderlands.
It's the Borderlands 3 team, you guys. Thank you, guys. These developers on stage include people that have been with Borderlands from the very beginning when we first created the shooter-looter genre. And there are many folks, lots of great talent that's joined with us along the way. And all of us here have been working together with our peers back at Gearbox Frisco HQ and Gearbox Studio Quebec. And we are thrilled to be here to finally share our work. If you've ever enjoyed a Borderlands game, or if you're looking forward to Borderlands 3, if you'll indulge me one more time, show this team, show this talent what you think. Thank you, guys. All right, we're going to say goodbye to the team for now. They're going to be joining us again in a bit because each of you are going to have an opportunity later to go hands-on with Borderlands 3. And this team, we're all going to be with you, helping you out. So thank you, guys.
Hey, Jeremy, Daquan, can you guys hang behind and play the game?
Jeremy and Daquan are going to be they're going to be playing here. I'm not sure if you guys have been to an event like this before, but all of this is made possible because of our publishing partner, 2K Games, and they've had support from our hardware technology partner, AMD, powered by Ryzen and Radeon. And we have incredibly badass AMD hardware there, powered by Ryzen and Radeon, and Paul and I wanted to put that AMD hardware to the test with a PowerPoint. So, can we start the presentation?
Yeah. So we prepared a presentation on what the next Borderlands game will be.
You're looking at an engine-rendered image from the very beginning of Borderlands 3. Look at the environment. It's Pandora. The art, the style. The goal was to try to create an image that was fresh, but also familiar. We wanted to look forward and taking full advantage of today's technology in a way that respects that one-of-a-kind art direction known throughout the video game world as the Borderlands art style.
Okay, let's be honest, this isn't an actual screenshot from the game. What you're looking at is the game. Now, we've skipped past the logos and a lot of the introductions because we felt that the most honest way to bring the game to you today was to start from the very beginning. So with that, let's play some Borderlands 3.
Hey, you must be the new recruit. I am a CL4PTP steward bot, but you can just call me General Claptrap of the Crimson Raiders. What's your name?
Amara.
Thanks. I'll pre-order your tombstone just in case. Now, those jerks who tried to murder you are the Children of the Vault, a bandit cult who follow their creepy leaders with blind devotion. Which reminds me, if you're going to obey my every beck and call, you'll need an echo device. Try it out. I rinsed it off myself. The Echo 3, slightly more powerful than the Echo 2 and twice as expensive. Besides, the Echo 2 had a tiny issue with spontaneous combustion, so they rebranded those as grenades. Now listen up, recruit. Lilith ordered us to take over a Children of the Vault propaganda center. Time to show those culty weirdos that no one messes with the Crimson Raiders. Follow me, recruit, to glory!
So Lilith's ordered us to take over the recruitment center of the Children of the Vault. In the introduction that we skipped, you would learn that the Children of the Vault is a new cult that's emerged on Pandora. Siren, Lilith, and the Crimson Raiders are recruiting new Vault Hunters. That's you, that's us. And we are to investigate the Children of the Vault cult and discover who their mysterious leaders are.
Before we wreak our righteous vengeance, you'll need to register your Echo at this quick change. Once we defeat the cult, I'll be famous. And when I'm signing autographs, I need you looking sharp while defending me from my legions of fans/stalkers.
All right, now as you can see here, we're playing as Amara, and she's a powerful Siren warrior. And like Claptrap mentioned, we're in the quick change, where it's up to you how you want your character to look. So you can change Amara and change her emotes, obviously. Okay. All right, let's keep playing for now, guys.
A user agreement? Boring. Don't worry, corporations have our best interests at heart. Except Dawn. And Hyperion. And the propaganda center is this way. A locked gate? No! This can't be happening! The entire mission is ruined! Think, Claptrap, think! You're brave and powerful, and people always do what you tell them to! That's it! Recruit, get that gate open! That's an order from your superior officer!
So obviously, you're getting a glimpse here on how we use the beginning of the game to make sure players are up to speed on how first-person video games work. We can validate that players understand how to navigate the environment and interact with it.
You did it! Best recruit ever! Fidoki copy.
We'll even be able to know that a player's learned how to crouch and how to slide. You gotta make sure you can jump. And if you miss, that you can mantle up and climb the higher ledges.
The propaganda center is up ahead. Those cultists have been killing Crimson Raiders left and right. They totally suck skag balls. But I've got a foolproof plan to kick their culty asses.
So as with most games, we're using the beginning to make sure that we teach the fundamentals. We're also setting the tone of the game, right? Just like our unique art style, we want people to feel right away what we believe helps to make Borderlands special, a style of writing that's both irreverent and genuine.
I hit a weapons cache nearby. Stay quiet and follow my every move. It's stealth time. Stealth time. Gonna walk over here and gonna go over here super duper quiet. Get going over here. Gonna spin around like so. So quiet. So super duper duper quiet. Oh, that's a bit too loud. Perfect. Once we complete our mission, competition, Lilith has to promote me to Super General. Stand back!
So we're throwing stealth out the window?
Relax. On Pandora, it's actually super weird if something's not exploding. Now take your gun, recruit. You're gonna need it. These guns, like myself, aren't beholden to their primary function. I can dance and sing. And some guns now include an alternate shooting mode. Try it out. Follow me, recruit.
All right, so as Claptrap just mentioned, in order to stay competitive, some of our gun manufacturers have added alternate firing modes. And if we look here, we can see that we have a Vladoff pistol. And if we just fire regularly, we just fire bullets. But if we switch our alternate firing modes, we fire off micro missiles. Now later in the game, you'll find guns that can switch between ice bullets and fire bullets, or you might find guns that have a chain gun on top, but when you switch firing modes, it'll shoot out grenades. It gets pretty crazy, and then players who maximize alt firing modes will have like twice the guns available than they had to start with.
Wait here. I'll talk my way in, become their king, and then you'll surprise slaughter them in cold blood. Watch and learn, recruit. Hello? Anyone there?
This is Shem, holy influencer of the children of the vault. What do you want, Crampot?
Hello, bloodthirsty maniac. It is I, Claptrap, Slayer of the Destroyer, and Super General of the Crimson Raiders. We have you completely surrounded. Open the gates now, and perhaps I will be merciful. They might call themselves children of the vault, but they're still bandits, and bandits are incredibly stupid.
Okay, we're going to surrender. Please don't kill us, Crampot.
That's what I thought. Open the doors immediately for your new king.
Easy, I'm coming out. Just wait right there.
We did it. I did it. Another victory for the Crimson Raiders. Hey, I feel funny. What's happening to me?
See the degrading cover?
Looky what we got here.
Oh. Borderlands 3 is rated M for mature, right?
Put these bullets into the bad guys. That's a direct order.
They're worth the sweat.
Accept your power.
I know Claptrap can be a little claptrap, but he's still one of us. We're gonna have to save him. I'll be there soon.
So let's see if we can find some loot. I saw over near that door. I saw a red chest. It looks like a trunk of a car. What do we got here? What else is there? Oh, that's interesting.
All right, so we can see that this weapon has high accuracy, higher handling. Let's look at the other one. All right, and this weapon has higher damage and a higher reload time. So it's either finesse or brute force in this case.
So what do you guys think? Should we shoot from the hip or should we go with that badass scope? I think you guys said scope, but I heard you know what? Take both of them. We'll try the scope and then we'll switch. Oh, that's pretty badass. These are like level 1 guns too. Oil's flammable.
Recruit, there's no way your supple and delicate body can survive a showdown with Shiv unprotected. Look around for a shield.
Okay, we need a shield. This is an area mission, so if we look around, we should be able to find some somewhere. Not in the skag pile.
Daquan, you on this? All right.
That looks promising. Oh, there we go. 77. 105, that's better. Take that one.
You got it. Now you're invincible. Not really, but it just might keep Shiv from killing you in one hit. Now let's get you in there, recruit. Hey, Shiv! All your gun friends are dead. I challenge you to a trial by combat. But because I'm stuck to this nugget, my loyal champion shall vanquish you in my stead.
Come on in, heretic! I haven't met my sacrifice quota for the day!
So I know you guys are getting ahead of me. You can know what's coming next. This is our first mini boss fight. Daquan, you ready? We're flying without a net here, no God mode, so let's do it. Nice. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh, that was awesome.
Score one for the Crimson Raiders. You and Claptrap secure the area. I'm on my way.
This game's dynamic, so it's like different every time they play it. That was like the best kill ever. I'm glad you guys got to see that. Oh, look at that.
Recruit, are you dead? If not, get me down. The controls are on the second floor.
Now you'll notice that Daquan picked up the shotgun that Shiv dropped. We think it's really important that your moment of victory should have a subsequent reward to it right at that moment. So of course you can pick up gear right away.
All right, dude. Daquan has the same affliction I have where you have to open every single freaking chest. This is a demo. We can just, yeah, all right. It's so tempting, those green lights. Oh, Claptrap's nagging at us already. So it's not a Borderlands game, of course, unless Claptrap jumps between being needy and bossy and just pathetic. I don't know how you guys feel about him, but I still kind of love Claptrap, so let's help him out.
Oh.
In Borderlands 3, you can revive NPCs, and NPCs can revive you. Let's help out Claptrap.
Focus.
Wow! I did it! I single-handedly took on the COV and sent them packing. Now all that's left is to signal Lilith that the mission is complete.
Destroyed every other Crimson Raider stronghold, so this'll have to do for now. What's your name, killer?
I am Amara. Nice tattoo, Siren Sister. You must be the voice in my head.
Yeah, about that. Not the weirdest thing you're gonna see on Pandora. But seriously, thanks for answering my call. We might not have the numbers, but with a badass like you, we've got a fighting chance. Welcome to the Crimson Raiders.
Hey, do you hear bloodthirsty screaming?
More COV. Let's see what you got, recruit.
She's pretty rad.
Nice fighting, killer.
So, we're going to skip ahead for a minute, but I want you to consider what we've learned so far. You're a new Vault Hunter, and you've just joined Lilith and the Crimson Raiders. Our enemies on Pandora are a fanatical cult called the Children of the Vault. And from here, you and Lilith will fight side by side to capture their recruitment center, where Lilith believes that she can recover a key that will lead her to find vaults on other worlds. The hunt will eventually lead us here to the Holy Broadcast Center, where a fearsome, powerful bandit boss named Mouthpiece broadcasts propaganda to the Children of the Vault all over Pandora. We're here to invade the Holy Recruitment Center, face Mouthpiece, and liberate the key to the vaults.
Okay, so like Randy just mentioned, we've skipped ahead in the story, but if you'll notice, we've also skipped ahead in levels. So I want to take the time to show you the skill trees in Borderlands 3. All right. So, when you first get your skills in Borderlands 3, you don't just have one action skill available to you, you have all 3 action skills available to you at the moment you open it up. So then what you do is you equip one of your action skills. Do we want to take a look at the action skills? So this first one is Phase Grasp. Now, Phase Grasp will be reminiscent of Maya in that she'll be able to control the battlefield by lifting enemies up into the air. The next one here is Phase Cast. With Phase Cast, she'll shoot out a spectral form of herself to kill enemies on the battlefield. And finally, we have Phase Slam. Now, Phase Slam is an area of effect that comes out around Amara and destroys enemies and knocks them back. So now as you progress, once you've picked your action skill and equipped it, you'll also open up augmentations that allow you to further customize that action skill. So there's a way to maximize the build of your character.
We've worked hard to make sure that each of our 4 characters is completely unique, but even within each character, there are hundreds of meaningful options. If 2 people want to team up and play the same character, they will very likely have completely different capabilities.
You ready to go?
Let's do it. I was very lucky. All right, you leveled up.
Now, one thing to look out for is to look at the damage numbers that come up off the enemies here. So we'll use some of that information later, but just for now, like, look at some of these numbers like 56, 26.
26 is there. Ooh. Oh.
Now that's a Hyperion shotgun. Hyperion shotguns have shields that come out.
You want to switch back to that shotgun? elemental type, radiation.
Guy hit critical mass.
If a radiated enemy dies, he'll explode and radiate the enemies around him. Okay. That's mayhem. All right, I think you cleaned this area up. Let's see what kind of loot we can find. It's an outhouse, but it's got a green light. Some good stuff. Okay, let's see here. So Amara's level 5. These weapons are level 5. I want you to notice that, by the way. Notice the two here. We've got a rare and an epic, both level 5. And the reason why I want you to remember that is because that was kind of a challenging fight. We're going to need some help for the next section. So we're going to bring in a co-op buddy. Borderlands 3, of course, is fully co-op playable, split screen, networked, however you like to play. Amara just picked up the purple. Turn around and let's look and find our co-op buddy. This is Zane Flint, the operative. Say hi, Zane. All right, we're going to switch to Zane's view. Can we flip that now? Okay, this is Zane's view. I want you to notice something here. Zane is level 25. So obviously Zane's been playing longer than Amara, who is level 5. And if we look at Zane's loot, he's got his own instance of loot. What's going on here? This is called loot instancing. It's a new optional feature in Borderlands 3, and it allows each cooperative player to have their own instance of loot. Instance loot is helpful for players that want to play cooperatively but don't want to compete for the loot that drops. There's nothing worse than when you're getting online with randoms and there's a loot ninja in the group, right? So instance loot solves that problem for players that want to use it. The other feature that complements this is level balancing. Notice how Zane's loot is not only instanced, but it's actually balanced for his level. That means the loot, the enemies, everything automatically balances to the level of the player so that everyone has a good time. In my co-op group, some of us would get ahead of the others, right? And then when we come back together, we'd be out of whack. Well, with instant loot and this mode of gameplay, everything balances out.
Now, that's okay. You can clap if you'd like. Now, there's still some of us who actually like competing for loot or bringing in overpowered characters to help, level up those lower level characters. And for those of you who are like that, we can assure you that there is still a mode for you in Borderlands 3. It's called Classic Mode.
That's right. Now that we've seen Zane the Operative, let's have a look at what he can do. Since Zane is level 25, we've already equipped a lot of action skills and our skill points here. You want to walk us through this, Paul?
Yeah, let's do this. All right, so the first skill we have is Digiclone. Now, Digiclone is really cool because it not only acts as a decoy, it will actually shoot guns as well. But probably my favorite feature is the fact that you can teleport to your Digiclone at any time and swap places. This next ability is called the Sentinel. Now, the Sentinel is an autonomous drone that'll fly out to enemies and weaken those enemies, or even use your grenades if you have grenade mods equipped. And then we have the barrier skill. Now, Zane will throw out a barrier in front of it, and it'll block incoming bullets and things like that. But of course, one of the coolest features is that if your team or Zane are around this barrier, sometimes it'll confer benefits like healing, or even if you fire through it, it'll add elemental types to that. Now, probably my favorite feature of Zane is the fact that Zane can use 2 action skills at one time.
That's right. And if you think about it, if you think about Zane, right, like he's got his barrier, which is kind of like the soldier class's capability with that turret. He's got the Sentinel, which is almost like Mordecai's Bloodwing, but a little hyped up from that. Sure, yeah. He's got the Digiclone, which is kind of like our assassin skill from